Hello friends. Well, I'm standing out in front of our ministry center here in Macon, and you can see Jeff, he's working in our garden back here. Hey Jeff, give us a little wave there. While Jeff's doing a little bit of weeding and just maintenance on the garden, I want to take you inside and show you the inside of the ministry center. We've shown you the outside of it before, and I'll let you take just a little bit of a picture here of the front door area. You can see some of the neighborhood around us here. But I want to take you inside and let you see the inside of the building. Well, come on in with us. This is the inside of the building here. This is the main sanctuary part, which we're actually going to be changing into a fellowship hall center. So we'll actually be getting rid of the pews, which we have behind us, but we'll be leaving the stage area so that we'll be able to have our Bible teachings there. We do plan on putting a projector in as well as a screen for those teaching moments. This is really a great room, and very little that needs to be done to it. We'll probably put a fresh coat of paint on the walls in here. We need to replace some of the ceiling tiles where they've just aged or had water hit them before from leaks. Most of the leaks seem to have been repaired in here, so that's not an issue anymore. We do have two front rooms here in the entrance. They were classrooms. We're going to turn one of them into an office, and the other still needs a little bit of work done on it. It is actually water coming in and that's damaged some of the walls in this room here, so we're going to do a little bit of work on that. And the light switch, they put it in the far corner, but you can see there's a little bit of work that needs to be done in this room. It's just real musty. This is really the most work throughout the whole building as far as what needs to be done to this room here. We just got the power turned on a few weeks back, so that's why we hadn't been in the building yet to show you what it looked like. Here you can see behind me. And I know some would say, well, it's a shame to get rid of the pews, but that's something that we do need to do. We need this room really for its purpose of using it as a teaching facility. And we at this point don't need the pews. We need to be able to have tables and chairs in here. Well, let me take you back and show you some of the workshop area which we have here. This building is essentially two Butler buildings put back to back. And this room here in the past was the church's kitchen and fellowship hall. So this is the space which we're going to be converting into primarily a wood shop, but it'll basically touch all areas of hands-on vocational training, which we will be doing with the young men here, from electrical work to plumbing work to even having some basic welding skills being taught here. So in this room, we'll put in a basic vacuum system. We'll have our various tools here, which we're going to be talking to you about at the end of this video. You can see behind me there's what was at one point a classroom. This classroom is going to be the main office for this workshop area. So some of the tools, primary tools, will be kept in here. The main teacher's room will be in here as far as putting together the projects for the youth. So you can just kind of get an idea of what is coming together here in this facility. We're going to walk down this hall, and I'll show you a couple of classrooms down here and tell you their primary use. This next room which we're coming to is going to be our sewing room. We have a few sewing machines which are being donated to us at this point, and we plan on utilizing this room for bringing in Christian women in the area to teach the young girls how to do some basic sewing skills. And so that's what this room will be utilized for. And then our next room is one which I'm actually pretty excited about. You've seen the picture of the industrial stove and oven which was donated to our work. And this room here is going to be our teaching kitchen. Now we will be taking out the wall that's behind me, as well as the next wall, which you can see the way that this hallway splits up. So we'll be pulling out these two walls here, and that'll basically more than double the size of these two rooms. So that's going to be a great advantage to us for, again, being able to teach some basic skills to the young girls in this area, as well as I'm sure we'll bring some of the guys over here too and teach them some basic skills. You know, that's oftentimes the thing that's missing with young people today, is not really having the knowledge of how to prepare just basic meals, especially nutritional meals for the family. So with us having the teaching gardens on the outside, and then having a kitchen where we can bring what we're growing in that garden into and teach those basic skills will be a great advantage here. So I'm back here in the workshop again, and I wanted to return here just to share with you a couple of the needs which we have. First off, we have an Amazon wish list page, and you'll find the link to that down in the bucket of this video. But that Amazon wish list page has some specific items which we need, either for the ministry itself, some tables and chairs, or just some basic tools which are needed for this workshop area. But having mentioned that, it's not just new tools that we need. Many of you have maybe sitting in your basement old tools that you haven't used for many years. It might be a bandsaw, a table saw, a drill press. All of those are things which we could utilize here. It could even be an old welding machine which is just sitting there collecting dust. It can be utilized here in this ministry. Jeff and I had taken many of our personal tools to Nigeria, and where we do hope to recover some of those tools, many of those will never be able to get back to the States. So whatever you could help donate to this work would be very helpful. That could range from screwdrivers to just simple pliers. Anything to do with electrical work or plumbing work. Specifically though, woodworking is the primary goal and primary teaching which we hope to have here. But having said that, if we had multiple tools given that was more than what we would utilize here in our facility, we would take those excess tools and use them to help equip our future students in outfitting their toolbox. So either way, whether it's something that can be used here in our facility or something that can equip a future student's toolbox, that would be of great help. I do thank you for your time. I will also put in the bucket down below my email address, so if you have some tools which you would like to donate to us, we can discuss about how we could pick those up from you or a future drop-off point for them. I do appreciate it. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your prayers and for joining Jeff and I on this journey as we bring Dayspring Mission here to Macon, Mississippi. God bless.